Welcome, my fellow Dragon Ball enjoyers. The time has finally come for the long-awaited sequel, or reboot, to the Budokai Tenkaichi series. It's finally out, or it has been out for a few weeks. I'm a little late to this video because I got an ear infection. So I've been playing the shit out of this game because not only do I feel like straight ass, but it's been helping me stay distracted to the fact that I'm half deaf currently. And trust me, when you're playing this game and you're taking in all the fan service, it feels good. Sometimes it can feel f***ing terrible dying to Baby 8 Vegeta, beating your ass, or losing to the timer because you just can't beat this stupid fat goddamn. So today we're gonna be talking about my experience with this game because, to be honest guys, get ready to type away because yeah, this is my first Tenkaichi game. Whoa, crucify me, okay? I grew up with the Raging Blast games. You can't fault a 7-year-old for having poor taste, okay? My favorite games were Call of Duty and Raging Blast. We've all been there, all right? Seriously though, I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan, like so many, just like you. I'm assuming you like Dragon Ball if you're watching this video. I grew up watching the show, Z, GT. I've been a big stan of Piccolo for as long as I can remember. I love my boy, all right? But over the past couple of years, I decided to go back and rewatch the entire anime, and I've slowly made my way through OG Dragon Ball, Z, Super, currently about to finish up GT. So when I saw they were bringing back Budokai Tenkaichi, I was pretty hyped, especially since I've heard so many good things about the series, and seeing how everyone was so stoked that they were bringing it back, how could I not be excited? So now that it's here, I've been grinding it for weeks, and I gotta say, I love it. Love it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. There is a lot I really dislike about it, but from a sheer fun standpoint, I don't remember the last time I've had this much fun playing a game. Sometimes I like to break my games up into different experiences. Like I just got done playing Final Fantasy 16 because it finally came out on PC. I loved that game too. I thought the story was great and I feel like it was a great experience. But was there ever a point where I was like, man, this is just pure enjoyable fun? No, but that's how I felt the entire time playing Sparking Zero. The game is such a blast through and through, and I'm addicted, man. But anyway, I think a great place to start is the roster and fan service because they really do the series and fans justice. There are so many characters, dude. Not every character, but so many. They even threw in characters from the Z movies like Cooler, Android 13. We even got GT characters in this fucking game. We got 20 different Gokus, 15 different Vegetas, 2 versions of Piccolo. Please God, give me Orange Piccolo in the DLC. They seriously slayed with this roster. But alright, they have Dragon Ball characters in the Dragon Ball game. Big surprise. But not only does Sparking Zero have a great roster, but the art style, man. The art style, it's perfect. It stays true to the source material. It's beautiful. The ability effects look sick, and overall, for the most part, the color is spot on. But how does the game play? Surprising to literally no one, yeah, this game plays really well. It's one of those games that I'd say it's easy to pick up, but very difficult to master. You could definitely button mash your way through the campaign, but the moment you go online, you're gonna get your shit rocked. Hell, even the bots in the story will fuck you up if you're not careful. Each character or versions of the character all have their own move sets that stay true to the anime, and each character is balanced to be lore accurate for better or for worse. Listen, I don't care who I gotta fight, as long as I get to play as my green Namekian, I don't give a fuck. Ultra Instinct Goku versus Piccolo, Green Man always wins. Yeah, I wish. Yeah, if you play this game competitively, you're gonna have a bad time, especially if you don't want to be using the same 7 strong characters. I have an issue with being competitive no matter what game it is. I'm a recovering lead in Counter-Strike player, what can I say? But for this game, knowing the balance was going to be all over the place, I really forced myself into the I don't give a f attitude. I still get mad, trust me, but I had a way better time not caring than I did trying to win and trying to rank up. And the only reason I keep playing ranked is because the matchmaking is so much better, but we would get to that soon. But anyway, back to the gameplay. It's smooth, fast, so visually sweet to look at. It's fucking sick and exactly what I would want out of a game like this. Each character feels the way you would want them to feel, and you can tell how much effort was poured into this game to please the fans. There are some things about the gameplay that I personally don't like my biggest issue being the camera. Sometimes it feels really fucking jank, especially when fighting bigger enemies like the apes. I also feel like sometimes the lock-on mechanic feels a little buggy. I know sometimes it's intentional, whether someone uses an ability to make you lose your lock-on, but sometimes it just felt like it wasn't working correctly. I also think the Z counter vanish battles can become exhausting after a while, mostly in online play. It's like, bro, I'm so tired of doing this every time I go to fight you, brother. Stop. But you can work around around it by making sure you always have the most ki. I still don't do this though because I'm an idiot and almost always lose, but I'm getting better. I just wish there was a way to cap how many times you can do this, like turning it into a clash of some sort. Apparently it was like that in Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I also have some issues with some of you motherfuckers out there playing with McDonald's Wi-Fi, but it's okay. I get it. It's not the game's fault, although there are some connection issues here and there. But overall, the gameplay itself is fantastic and has so much potential. Sparking Zero has struck the perfect balance of fan servicey, but also fun to play gameplay. I don't really like fighting games, to be honest, so if I'm really loving it, you know it's good. And I think they could easily make a few changes to make it absolutely perfect, and I'm excited to keep playing and see where the combat goes as they continue to listen to feedback and start implementing patches. I know some people have issues with balancing. Personally, I don't care. Yajirobe was annoying as fuck, don't get me wrong, but I knew it wasn't to be balanced going into it, so I'm not mad. Another small complaint I have about the combat is I wish the game gave more opportunity to execute cool flashy shit like the beam clashes. I don't think I've done a single beam clash online. I don't know if that's just a me issue or what, but that's just a small complaint. Anyways, with the 40 hours I've spent with Sparking Zero, the majority of it has been spent playing online. It's just what I had the most fun with, but I did play a good chunk of the story, and that's probably where we get to everyone's biggest complaint, and that is due to the fact that the story is basically a slideshow with boss fights. I was kind of hoping for a more fully fleshed out story. I mean, I get we've had so many games retell the Z story over and over again, but I feel that's not an excuse to just half-ass the story content. I did think it was cool to allow for different choices to get different outcomes with the Sparking episodes, but I wish the fights at least felt more impactful. You could give me a slideshow for everything in between fights, but at least make the fights feel more, I don't know, beefy. The game also lets you play from different perspectives, like obviously you got Goku, but you can even play through Frieza's perspective. I really wish they did more with this because some of the perspectives, like Vegeta's story, only goes through the Buu arc. Vegeta very clearly has a heavy hand in all of Super, and it was disappointing they didn't let us play any of that out. But hey, once again, I got to play as my favorite green Namekian, so I ain't mad. They did right by my boy. But all things considered, it isn't like the worst thing ever. Far from it, actually. I still had fun fighting the bots and playing with the different perspectives. I enjoyed playing through the Super arcs. Could have been better though? Absolutely. There's also tournaments you can put together. They also have community what-ifs that you can play through, so it's not just story and then online PvP. But like I said, I spent most of my time online. I haven't really touched any of the tournament stuff or played any of the what-ifs. Once my online addiction starts to fade, I'll probably hop on over there and try everything else out. But alright, we've covered all the good about the game, like the roster, the art style, the gameplay, for the most part. I know I talked about things I disliked, like the camera and stuff, but there are things I would like to see changed because I think the game would really benefit from it. And the most important one being the non-ranked matchmaking. The non-ranked matchmaking is pretty abysmal. You'll get thrown into a lobby with a few other people, you gotta wait your turn to fight whoever wins, and most of the time the party leader will be AFK. So by the time you can even fight anyone, the host will be doing God knows what, so you just basically wasted a bunch of time sitting there. And that right there is why I've only been playing ranked. In ranked, all you gotta do is pick your lineup and you'll get a match really quickly. That's it. No waiting around. No praying for someone to not be AFK. Non-ranked matchmaking just really needs some work. That, or they should just take ranked matchmaking and put it in non-ranked because it's really so much better. Another issue I have with the game is rage quitting, but good news is they'll be cracking down on it shortly. But man, this game has a ton of rage quitters. Luckily, I haven't had to deal with it a whole lot, like maybe a handful of times, but I know in the upper ranks, people will just rage quit so they don't lose their rank. Like, I get it. If you get pissed enough, you're not in a good mood, you keep dying to Vegito, you just say fuck it and alt F4 occasionally. I get it. As long as 99% of the time you can take the L, that's okay. We all rage quit once eventually, but there are people who play this game that will just quit every other match. It's like, bro, come on, it's not that serious, dog. Like I said, I haven't experienced this too much, luckily, because I'm dog shit at the game and I'm hard stuck B5, so the people I'm playing against are usually the ones smacking my ass, but I've still had the occasional quitter, and it's just like, really, man? I mainly wanted to throw this in there because I know a lot of people are having to deal with it, so. But they are planning on permanently banning people that rage quit too frequently, which is pretty wild. Hopefully the people that are actually running into technical difficulties with connections and servers don't get hit in the crossfire, but we'll have to wait and see. It does seem like the devs are actively working behind the scenes trying to patch things up. Like, they just nerfed Yajirobe and have been working on performance and other stuff. But so far for my first Tenkaichi game, man, I gotta say, I'm having a blast. I really thought I would hit some sort of burnout at this point since I've basically just been grinding ranked. But not only have I not been getting burnt out, I've been wanting to play more and more. I'm always wanting to play new characters or keep mastering my main man Piccolo. And I really feel like if they can fix a few of the small issues, the longevity here will be insane. And if you're not having a good time playing Sparking Zero, maybe you gotta mess around a little bit more. Play with a fun lineup of characters, try out some weird stuff. I really really feel like this game shouldn't be taken too competitively. Like, I think it's fine that there's a ranked mode, but just don't focus on that aspect solely. This game has a lot more to offer than just competitive play. But yeah, man, I feel like I 100% got my money's worth. Another bonus about this game too is it's only like 30 gigs or something. That's it. So there is no chance I'm not keeping this game downloaded on my PC. I'm really hoping they add Orange Piccolo in the first DLC though. Literally begging to the gods. Beast Gohan would be sick too. But yeah, man, this game is a dream come true for me and a lot of Dragon Ball fans out there. And I finally understand the Tenkaichi hype. But anyway, I think it's a great place to call the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If I sounded a little off in this video, it's because I still feel like shit. Sorry. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, peace.